Hey guys, and welcome back to Farming Simulator 2017 on Sandy Bay. So what are we going to be doing today? We are going to be finishing up this field, just the little edges that cosplay, or in this case actually it wasn't cosplay, was it? It was hired worker misses up, so we'll go ahead and do that. I did update cosplay, so yesterday's video was very short. I ended up, honestly, I was kind of getting frustrated with the fact they were so synced up. The maps, that is, which isn't anyone's fault. It isn't even mine, it just happens all the time. And mainly, we're getting really frustrated with cosplay and going outside the field boundaries, which I think was an issue in Cobra itself. So, hopefully, the map's updated. May end up, because of that, having a couple of sandy bays towards the end of the week. So, today and tomorrow. Which is probably going to be the case. Now, due to real life time, I should be able to get this video done, which is Thursday already. Wow, a week goes by quick. Especially when I'm recording this far in advance. Looks like we've got an extra bit up there. I'll probably end up taking this to another field that needs doing. Is that a little spot that could do with being done? Yes, it is. So, of course, I've been toying with the idea of swapping out machinery on Cobra 2. I think I might as well just wait until the update comes out. Could even be out at the time of me recording this. I don't know yet. I'm recording so far in advance. I fold them up. Slow down for the turn. I like how they move around on the sort of on a gimbal-y kind of thing. That's really cool. I do like that. So I'm not sure what our next field is. Let's have a look on our little PDA book, whatever you want to call this thing. Used to be a PDA. Field 8's been cultivated. 14 was being seeded. We need to get that going again. Field 20 is one of these ones where it's a stream field, I call it. It's where you just set something up on there and have at it. Field 13. Field 13, if you guys remember, does need cultivating too. So we'll head off down there. And then we shall get our seeder seeding. And in the great scheme of things, I guess I could use some of those silage bales for feed. I probably should, shouldn't I? We'll go ahead and buy some cows, maybe 2 or 3. Maybe, let's see if we can get 4 cows. Get our beacon on, put some lights on, so we're seen. There's a bit of traffic there. Get our indicator on. So the 75 I don't use the gearbox mod on. The gearbox mod in this is a CVT, which I believe the real one is not a CVT. It's actually a power shift gearbox in one of these, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it's a CVT. Alright, let's see if we can get past the phone box. Kind of taking up both sides of the roads, but face it, look at it. It's a big old machine coming down at you. Here we can squeeze over, of course. We're going to be turning here in a second anyway. Be interesting to see how the doors do going down this road. Not this one, but the next one. That's pretty much, if you come across a vehicle coming down here, yep, good luck, they're moving, they're reversing. Yeah, it's hanging over a good amount. Not too much though. And it's this one just after these couple of bends. Grass field? Yeah, it is. Guess it's where the horse stables are. Which would be kind of cool. I know someone said about it. Is if the horses were in this field where the horse stables are. I don't know if Oxygen David, if you happen to be watching this one, but there's an idea for some more animation. I don't know if it'll screw the map up with FPS loss or anything like that. If that affects it. Alright, switch our lights off now. And our beacon. So the reason I put them on is literally be seen. We're in a big old tractor with those on wide. I'm really surprised we don't have IC on that. Oh sweet, the balloons are. Couldn't even see it though, I could see it through the cap. This map as well, I do want to get a skid steer on. I'm actually going to try something here. I want to get these bits. Yeah, there's a bloom. Wouldn't it be cool if now and again, very faintly, you would just hear a sort of the flame. If any of you have been close to a balloon when they've been flying over and they've just been low, when they hit the flame to make the balloon go up, basically the heat in the balloon, that's basically how they work. It's a loud, big roar, and they are a huge flame, so it's... Think of a gas burner and switching that on, basically. Well, that's what they call them, a burner. Okay, so 6 meter field number 14, southwest, north, and 3 headlands. And does that course look good? That course does look mighty fine. Kind of a little funky though. Let's put up another headland, see if that fixes that issue there. Actually helps if we're not on a grass field and we're on the correct one. Field. Oh, it is 13. 14 we're on. Is it? Yeah, 13. Headlands after. And that actually should be a better course. No, not one bit. Oh my god, look at it. Let's go back one. Back one. And I will save this course after we're done. Oh, look at that mess there. I don't get why it does that. It's just finding the right one that's not going to collide into each other. We'll be back. Well, we figured out a course. I'm not too happy. I'd rather be down at the bottom, but I guess if we're finishing, we're going to be finishing right here. So just need to reverse out. We'll let that do its thing. And jump over to, not this one, but this old guy. And head to what's probably going to be the mixer wagon. Actually, where do we have our trailer for our animals? Oh, I remember. We'll go ahead and buy some animals. We'll go ahead and buy the cows. So, I'm not going to feed them yet. I can't. Basically, well, you can feed the animals, but to really do it properly, you're going to want to have them purchased and in the pen they're going to, basically. So realistically, could this tractor pull this? Of course it can. The limiting factor be the braking system. Whether it's compractor. That's a new name for a tractor. Whether this tractor has an air compressor is the big limiting factor. Because we're not going too far, and the animal dealership, well, animal dealership, huh? What brand is that dealer? Well, what brand is that animal? We'll back up a little bit, let these cars through. What car is that, actually? It looks like a Lada, it really does. Basically, the animal auction, let's call it. It's just down here, not too far away. We don't need fast speed, just need to get there. We'll use this guy. Matter of fact, with using gearbox mod, we can put the hand throttle to 2100 RPM, and away we go. And the hand throttle would just be there. And these would be the brakes, and well, that would be the clutch. So it's actually how you would control the speed on this, I think. Because I don't see any gas pedals. What are you beeping for? You could have fit around there. Some of the traffic, and of course it's probably still going to be going up the hill all the time we get there with this slow acceleration. Now the animals are all the way down by the beach. Probably should put the beacon on. Ah, Boris is down there doing well. Didn't actually show Boris at the beginning of the week. It was funny the amount of people that were in the live stream going, "Show Boris!" last week, possibly even this week at this point. You're going to be turning because we don't get... No, we do get through traffic, my bad. I didn't realise that. For whatever reason, sometimes the gearbox mod does not work through the gears, and you've got to do it yourself. Even if it's in automatic, as you can see it is in order. And let's actually put that down there. We don't need to have that up. We've got so much real estate covered anyway. Courseplay is doing its thing. Very nice. So I'm not too sure how many cows we're going to be able to afford. I reckon I don't want to be spending too much money. Luckily we do have everything full of cows, so probably start off with about 5 cows. Is what I'm hoping. Maybe just 4, keep it a round number, and we can breed them from a small herd. Could be cool. Because I do plan on doing Sandy Bay for a long time. Unless something really special comes around. Which I hope. Well, we'll probably be sticking with this map for a while. Well, I think Sandy Bay is one of these maps where people don't tend to get bored of that easy. I know I don't. Hello, there's our first old truck sighting. Give it a toot. It is a old school tractor after all like this, and that's an old school truck. Now we got to do a little bit of reversing, because there it is. This little tractor is awesome. It is in the mod spreadsheet for any of you that are wondering. And it is a straight up 2-wheel drive tractor too, with or without courseplay. Oh, with or without drive control, should I say. Alright, let's take the hand control down and use the imaginary foot pedal. And lower the door. Should be far enough back where we can actually Or do I have to actually be all the way back there? Yep, there we go. Oh, £5 per cow. Oh, ouch. This is going to be expensive. It's going to be 20 grand on animals. 1, 2... Yeah, 20 grand. Wow. I'm about to sneeze. Wow. Every time. So, 4 animals. It's really... And we're getting down on our own money, so we'll confirm that. Ka-ching, 20k. Our clutch is overheating. We are at a standstill. 4 animals, 2 there, and yeah, interesting. Load up, but hey. And now, look. I don't get it with the clutch, I really don't. The clutch is in, unless it's slipping, how can it be overheating? Would be my question. So I'm not turning really, really tight. Just do a nice gradual turn there. Now, I am going to cut out a lot of the driving. We're actually going to go back this way, as we won't have much traffic to deal with, and it will put us right into the cow pasture. So we'll be back when we are at the yard and probably got the feeder wagon on the back end of this thing. Alrighty, so... Wow, there's a lot of background noise outside. Back at the yard, I was going to say next time you see this will be the feeder wagon, but well, let's unload them. So I believe the trick of that is right here. Kind of not in any gateways or anything, so it's kind of interesting. I'll open this. Pretty sure this is how they're loaded. I'm actually really truly not too sure. Well, we could, I guess. How does this gate open? Does it open inwards? Yes, it does. Okay, we'll shut that back up. I think they come through here. I'm almost certain they do. Right. Realistically, they'll go down, and actually we do need to start it back up. Yep, that is the unload. So, screenshot time, and then we'll be back. I don't know why, but the street has turned into the Indy 500, it seems. So, unload the animals. That's all of them. Unload. Confirm. Yes. And now we have cows. Yes, look at them. Now, so I'm going to have to watch as all the gates need to be shut. Oh, poop. This one. Before they notice. Something that would be real cool is... Now map makers have figured out a way of animating animals. Is in here if you have a bull walking around. I don't know, but just something neat to add. Alright, that should keep the animals in the yard. They won't really cause any issues with the trailers. The silage bales they may get into though, so we'll have to be careful there. See the reflection of the trailer. Over the wall. And hop on in and switch on this guy. Oh, helps if I hit the right key. That's that loaded up. Oh, yes, that door's open, but they shouldn't go through there. They're too busy looking at their new surroundings. The cats are running wild. Crazy thing. Now, the nice thing with Gearbox mod is you can just let the tractor creep while backing up stuff. Now, I just realised I saw the Keenan, or whatever it is, updated recently. I think I did it to this, and I did the update foolishly on through in game, and of course we all know it says if you've updated it, but it also shows that if you've tweaked the machine. Yes, I did update the Keenan. What did I do, you may be asking? I set it to a actual reasonable capacity in the XML files. Now, I'm not sure, and I don't know if it'll say in this area, if we go to animals, if oh no, it is at 12,000, perfect. So I didn't update this one. Oh, that darn clutch. I'll show you what overheating clutch is in a minute when I throw the clutch up the darn... Well, I can't even say window, we don't have any windows. Never mind. Of course, I'm just messing around. But hey, a little too fast there. Actually, I'm probably gone the wrong way because straw is at one end of the yard, hay is there. See if I can tuck it in here and just quickly reverse around. And we still need to get a silage grab, so I may end up having to pause to do that. Because I ended up selling the bale grab that we did have, because it didn't pick up the silage, which kind of I knew it would, but at the same time, the spiked one we were using, if the silage bales are completely wrapped already and they're fermented, that's okay. You want that to happen because then it will aid you ripping off that wrap. But no, no can do, unfortunately. Which is the loading side? Probably that side, I guess. Of course, we do have our bale forks. It's going to be fun getting the bales out. Alright, let's switch on the mixer. The RPM should automatically be raised up, but we'll put our hand throttle up. Feed that in. Jump out. So we've got the mixer on, the hand throttle's up. Can hear it working away. Can't actually jump up the ladder, unfortunately. It'd be nice if we could use that. Because these bales were put in this way, I didn't realise at the time but what I did when I unloaded them, but I just got them out of the way. I need to put them in this barn. Kind of wish the barns weren't moved around, honestly. It's probably one of my least favourite changes that happened. Yeah, the yard looks good, but I don't think there was any need personally for it. I don't know why I was looking at that tractor there. Iron that up. Jump into our Merlot. Grab the bale fork. I think that bale fork should... Can't remember which one it is. If it is the CSC pack, it won't. But if it is the Black Sheep's one, that it isn't, I should have known. Could have been able to pick up the round bales. But because this is auto-loading, it's not really going to matter. No, I like this, but it's going to tell the truth, because we don't need 3 hay bales or straw bales. We don't need that. Actually, I should have grabbed some hay bales then. Never mind. I think it's only like 1 straw bale that we actually need as a binder. But it's going to give me 3. I almost guarantee it. But I don't think the auto-load script is on, so that's the only way around it. Which we could do this. And do this! That works perfectly. Oh, they actually come out of the forks, off the forks quite nicely. Oh, let's go in cab. Maybe a little quieter. My finger's hella noisy. Oh, come on. Did my forks actually go through that much? There we go. Now I may have to turn down the audio quite substantially in this video. Now here's the thing. Are we supposed to be able to lift bars? Because how the heck does that work? How do we put bales in that unless it's supposed to be shoveled in? Let me know on that one. I'm not too sure of that. Right, that's the straw in that. Now right in that area, it seems like I'm getting major FPS drop, but according to this I'm not. I'll actually pull this up because I'm curious myself. Yeah, the FPS is still dropping. So for whatever reason, currently on Sandy Bay there is an issue with FPS. For me anyway. I've got no idea what's causing it. I'm pretty sure it's not a mod. If it is, I don't know, it's going to be a pain to find out what one. But in other areas of the map, I'm getting anywhere from 60 to 75 if I unlock the FPS when I'm not recording. Of course, recording does take a lot of the FPS up. Yeah, we'll just shove that one out there because that did not go nicely. Maybe that. No, don't flip it that way. That would do. Unorthodox, but it'll do. Oh my. You kidding? Let's just stab it from the opposite side. Bale's gonna look like Swiss cheese. Hopefully it's a high density one that doesn't want to fall apart too easy. Oh, how is this actually going? Awesome. That looks a heck of a rig. I like that. Alright. Drop down a range or two. Ah, the mixer shouldn't be taking that much horsepower. Still need to get rid of that bale there. Oh, that building there. That'll give us a lot of, actually, a good amount of money back. Not sure why it doesn't want to change up. The gearbox mod may be more a hindrance than anything on this because it's so loud. That's weird, the mixer wagon, when I tried it on this tractor, did not take up this much horsepower. I'll rev it up again. Park ourselves in here. We're getting there. I think these forks will hopefully work with the round bales. I'm not too sure how many I'll need. I think maybe 2. How is it looking? Just people coming in. You guys may have heard the door there. So 50-50, so we do need some silage bales. Let's go ahead and leave that mixing at this point. I don't know why it's really freaking out. The clutch is overheating, yada yada yada. Okay, let's do the easiest fix. We'll switch off the gearbox mod. I'll have the drilling, and it goes slow, but it does work. That's the thing I don't understand. So this Keenan is available on the console as well, under Lizard. which is awesome. So for PC users, if you look under the beta section, it's there. For console users, it's under, well, the only section you guys get, I guess. Well, it does even slow it down here. Where is the discharge pipe? Through there, so we may actually have to go around. We'll figure that one out. Alright, run over, grab the Merlot, hopefully get a couple of silage bales. I'm not too sure how many it will take. It's 50-50 mix right now, so bordering a little red on the straw, I think it was, which is no biggie. Oh, the cow's getting close to the gate. How many does that actually show? Does it actually show we have 4? Every farm's got to start somewhere. Yeah, we'll put a lot of trust into these. So we'll go with this stack here. That stack, if I can, I wouldn't mind selling. A lot of money just in there. Whoa. Oh my god. And yes, that was a nightmare to clean up. So, the bales do manage to stick on these forks, which is awesome. So we'll go ahead and put these in, which should give us a full mix at that point. 8,000, 4,000 per bale, which is very nice. There you go. And that's how that looks. That's cool. Shut that gate, switch that off, and after we do this, it should be the end of the video. So that's water. Which is their actual feed trough then? Oh, in here I guess. Yeah, it was good mix, I was just making sure. Why did that get rid of all the hay first and then kick into mixed ration? That's interesting. And why has it left the straw? That is weird. Did it actually give them mixed ration? Did it give them power food? No, it didn't. That is really strange. I'm going to have to try that off camera. Maybe it's the trough? Or what the deal is there? I'm not too sure. But that should have worked. Be disappointing if there's no rhyme or reason about that and this mixer wagon's screwed up. But that is the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. A little shorter than normal, but hey, I guess this week's worth of videos are all over the place. So until next time, hope you guys enjoyed and we'll catch you guys later. See ya.